Level Up Latina partners with working women and mamas alike to guide them in achieving fulfilling career and life goals through financial empowerment, professional or leadership coaching, and personal wellness. Find the unique coaching you need to succeed.
You're listening to Vero, Ceci, and Irene, and we are Level Up Latina.
Welcome back to another episode of the Level Up Latina podcast. This is episode 259, and it is part of our summer series, short and sweet episodes coming to you this summer. Today, we're going to talk about forming accountability buddies, and we are going to gather that information from our experience with our Guilt-Free Squad. It's our group coaching community that we love, that we've had for several years now, and it's one of the best things that we do at Level Up Latina. And so you'll learn today a little bit about our group coaching community, but more importantly, you'll learn about ways to get yourself out there and find a partner to hold you accountable, maybe a partner or two. And we can talk about some ways and having accountability partners or groups has helped. So we're going to say a quick hello, since this is one of our quick, short, and sweet episodes for the summer, to Ceci and Vero. ¿Cómo están hoy?
Muy bien, mon chéri. I think I'm awake now. I guess I have to hold my pee now, but it's okay. Don't give me no more water.
Ve al baño.
Ahorita voy.
Aquí,
Voy a hacer pipí. Check in.
Aquí grabando, aquí te esperamos.
Órale.
Yeah, aquí grabando el podcast. Excited to see you, ladies. I guess it had been a while, but no, 2 weeks since we last recorded? No me acuerdo.
I think so. I think it's been about 2 weeks, and then we're going to go on break after this, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
We're going to get several weeks off to just be with our families, hence the summer series, which we record a lot of these. So welcome back to the show. If you've been listening this summer, we've talked about everything from random food cravings to how to handle work once you've had a child, to handling divorce and family friend relationships, our favorite books, music, TV recommendations, the college kid transition, one of my favorite episodes that we had this summer. We've tackled a lot, but today we want to talk about the importance of forming accountability partners. If you're in the Guilt-Free Squad, shout out to you. Our Guilt-Free Squatters is about 40 women now in this group. That's a collective. We do monthly group coaching. We have a private chat that we do every day. If we want to participate or not, it's really up to you how much you want to engage. But in that community, we have monthly sessions. Each of us leads a different session. And several months ago, we led an accountability buddy session where we talked about the importance of holding each other accountable, some strategies on how to hold each other accountable, and more importantly, we shared, what are we working on? What are we doing? Where could we use the support to have an accountability partner? And the beautiful thing about having this group of 40 women in the chat, or whatever, the 10 to 20 that show up for the monthly Zoom, sometimes more than 20, the beautiful thing about that is that we're going to find common ground. So the first thing with an accountability partner, is to find where you make sense, where you're working on the same kinds of things. Obviously, Ceci, Vero, and I, we have this business in common. So it's a little more straightforward to hold each other accountable and do this work because we know what we got to do for our business. But not everybody has that. Not everybody gets to be in business and do something fun like a podcast and coach with two partners. A lot of people are out there grinding by themselves. That's why accountability and a buddy in this is so important, forming that partnership, because grind alone is hard. To do that on your own, it's very hard. So we came up with this idea of pairing up some of the women in the Guilt-Free Squad as they chose to. It's up to them. I have one client that always talks about a couple of different people that she wants to reach out for a couple of different things. And in fact, during this month's coaching session, she and I were on the coaching session, and she and I were simultaneously chatting in the Guilt-Free Squad. Coaching became us asking the squad questions and elaborating. And it was so awesome because she really wants to be held accountable, this particular client, to being better on social media. And so I had already introduced a couple of clients that could help her with social media because of what I see them doing. But then she went to the group and said, maybe there's someone else or someone that's more like me and doing the thing I'm doing and growing the side hustle I'm growing. So it was really cool because she's searching for not one, but several different accountability partners to hold her accountable, to check in with. So with that being said, I wanted Ceci to share a little bit about her experience forming an accountability partner. How did you guys come to be? How do you guys check in with each other? And why the hell do you do it?
Well, it was definitely... Se fue la saliva. Se fue la saliva por otro lado. It was definitely after the accountability Guilt-Free Squad session. And this particular person and I have a lot of commonalities and that she's also in the legal field. And I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I don't know. I don't think so. But it's just funny how like it came to be, happens to be one of Irene coaching clients. And we both wanted to do things within the home, like clean it or organize it in a certain way. So we said, all right, we're going to check in with each other a couple times a week, mostly on Fridays, and send pictures to each other like, this is what I'm working on and picking up this mess, cosas así. Or this is the vision that I have for my living room. What do you think? Or look at, I'm painting. In her case, she's like, I'm painting my room. This is what I'm doing. And so we share, to begin with, we shared with each other kind of goals, what we had. So both in the house, organization skills, and then also health goals that we had, like the exercise, walking, whatever it may be, things like that. And so we laid it out, and this is what I want to do by, I think it was like at that time, by May 15th. Like these are like the three big things that I want to work on. And then as we were approaching to May 15th, like, all right, done that. I finished this, and then we sent pictures to each other again. And then maybe one thing fell through. Like I know in my case, like I forgot what it was that I didn't get to finish by then. And I said, I didn't finish this, but I'm going to give myself another month. So like that, every, and what is it now? Like we're recording today, mid July. This is going to air sometime mid August, but that's how we've been doing it. And then now that it's not died down, but we've accomplished a lot of the things that we set out to do when we first started talking in April. Now we just check in. Like I just messaged her today, like, hey, happy Friday. How's it going? What do you have going on, type of thing. And again, it's just to kind of keep each other on check, see what we're doing. And it just feels good to accomplish it together, and keeping tabs on each other.
I love that. And just to be really clear, like accountability is holding something or someone to something that they want to do, a goal, and just talking about that progress towards the goal, not perfection, but progress. And sometimes checking off the progress. That's the point of being accountable to someone else. Like, let's do this together. Let's keep an organized space, get organized together. I know this particular client tells me the different things she checks on with you, and it's kind of cool to see and to hear. And I know that it's good for her to check in on those things. And what's different from the accountability partnership that you are is that as her coach, I hold her to a lot of specific things that are a greater goal, that I know her timeline for a greater goal. It's a bit different than just like a casual, this is what we're working on, these are just things we got to get done. Like it's a little more informed. So someone might be thinking, what's the difference between like having just a simple accountability buddy or working with a coach? Like a coach is going to be much more robust in the experience, and you're going to do a lot of work together to figure out what you even want to do. And there's more method and strategy to getting things done. Like you have a lot of roadblocks, and your coach is supposed to help you through those roadblocks to even get something done. And then once you're ready to get something done, an accountability partner is awesome, right? Why do you say you want something? Why is it important to you? How can you achieve it? Here are the how things. These are the things you need to do. These are the mechanics. Now, just because you know the mechanics doesn't mean you're going to do them. Just because the girl knows she's got to get organized and Ceci knows she's got to get organized and they want to help each other be more organized, doesn't mean they're going to use the planner or paint the wall once they've picked the paint. Like all the little things you guys are checking in on. You are, yes, it's like, yeah, so they go picking paint color you wanted to comment on. I see your face.
I want to say something. The other thing that we've also checked on in each other, which is really cool. So she's grieving the loss of her father, and I'm grieving the loss of my mother. So we check in with like little stories and like little memories, or, oh my God, I'm having a sad day because X, Y, and Z, and this happened. And then she's like, oh my God. And her father passed away I think a little longer than my mother has been, deceased. So anyway, so she has a little bit more experience with that. So anyway, so that's another way how we connect with that. Tenemos esa cosa en común.
It's beautiful. You have a grief partner, someone that understands you. And it's like if you say to that person, I'm in a funk this week. I really miss my dad. It was Father's Day. She's telling you that you would get that. You just went through Mother's Day without your mom. It's a little different than a stranger out there not knowing what's going on or what she's working on, or to have compassion, right? You guys are, again, common ground. Accountability partners and forming them. You start with common ground, start with common goals, and then casually or aggressively, because some people can be different and achieve those goals. I just started an accountability workout group with a friend from work. And she was like, I'm in a funk. I want to do this. I want to invite a couple of friends. Who do you think should we invite? Blah, blah, blah. We ended up with, there's like 7 of us, I think, on the group. And we do 4 30-minute workouts. And we started on July 1st. And it's an honor system, but then we instituted like definitely show like your workout, show the date if you can help it, the time. All of us have technology now. Like on me, it could be the Peloton or the watch or like a program that you do. And it's been working wonders. Like I've been the first one done every week, and I wasn't trying to be. She mentioned it yesterday. Like, you're already done and it's only Thursday. You already did all 4. But it feels good. It feels good to have like the accountability partners that we check in to hype each other up. We're each other's hype women. We made each other feel good. On Sunday, there were women already talking about, I'm doing terrible. What if I'm already out? And I remember telling one girl like 11:15, like, girl, you got 45 minutes. You can get the 30 minutes in right now. And she did yoga, and then she sent us the thing. And I thought, that's why we're doing this. This is literally why we're doing this. That girl probably would not have worked out that 4th time. She probably wouldn't have gotten to 4 workouts in a week. She needed like the group to hype her up on Sunday. It's a competition. We all paid $75. If anybody's out, then that creates the pot, right? If nobody's out, we all just get our $75 back, which is nice. And I love that it's a competition and none of us were like crickets. Like we all jumped in, like hyped the girl up to do it. I thought that was really cool because all of us could have been like, cool, she quits, more money in the pot. I love that it's not that vibe. The vibe is to pump each other up. I love Vero laughing over there. I thought about it after, like, damn, we're all really nice people.
Give me your money,
make it
girl.
harder as we move along. And I'm like, me and Diego laughed after that. She's been like, yeah, girl, just go to bed. Just quit. Keep that money. No, but I love that kind of accountability group. I love too that it wasn't like super like cutthroat and like aggressive, but there was one girl that like forgot to send her picture one day. And sure enough, I told my good friend who's moderating, I was like, sorry, ya te cayó la chinga, you're the moderator. Can we do that? She's like, I don't want to be able to do that. I'm like, let's put it to a vote. So everything's put to a vote. Like one girl's like, can I do hiking for 30 minutes? We all put it for a vote. And like, yeah, sure. It's not super aggressive and over the top, but it is so fun to be working out with these other women, to know that I'm going to get 30 minutes 4 times a week. I'm craving it. I often work more than the 30 minutes. It's been great. Why wasn't I consistent 3 weeks ago? I don't know. Maybe I needed an accountability partner. 2 weeks go by. The only difference is I have this group of women doing the same thing, showing up for themselves in the way that I'm showing up for myself. And we're eating very well, which is nice as well. It's like a byproduct of when you work out, you eat different and you eat better. So we need that. Even coaches need it. We need it. We're coaches. We need the same freaking tools. So anyway, Vero, what has been one time, you'll be the last story that we share, that you've used an accountability partner, or how did you use it? What did you enjoy about it? Any fun facts about that experience?
Yeah, I think right before it's been some time. I definitely do need an accountability partner. I mean, it's different than the life coach. We're talking about that I've got that. I figured out what I needed to figure out, and I'm still working on me because I'm human. But the last time it was right along, I was at my best. I was my most fit. I was strong and at my best, and had endurance when I got pregnant with Gali. It was one of those things where I had just finally figured it out. It was making sense. I had my accountability partner, who, shout out to Evelyn. We need to get back. Well, she's been very consistent with it. But I need to get back, like I feel that now is a good time. Maurita just turned 2. So she just turned 2. This episode's now in August, so it's going to be, she turned 2 July 10th. And I'm kind of ready for that. I'm really ready for it. I cleared out my garage, but it was back then. Evelyn and I had a system. We were doing weights, we were doing running, we would do, boot camp, which gave us that HIIT training. I was doing yoga, so I was flexible. I had endurance. My conditioning was really well. I mean, I was just on it. I think that's why it was kind of like the world saying, no, you can't have it all now, girl. Here, we're going to give you this now, But I feel that I did my best, and it wasn't just because of me, but I wanted to show up for her. We're doing this together. You are my teammate in this. And I feel good because I know that you feel good after we do this. And it was really nice having that support of you want to do weights, you want to gain some muscle, you know what? I'll go with you to the gym so you don't feel intimidated by all the dudes at the weight machines, And back then there weren't that many women actually doing, and this is only 7 years ago, less than 7 years ago, right? Or 7 years ago, because it was right before Gali. So even 7 years ago, there were less women at the gym lifting weights, doing things with where the dudes were. It was everyone, all the women were in the ellipticals and the treadmills and maybe doing the Stairmaster, and there weren't any women upstairs with the weights. So I felt that it was really nice to be able to you know what, let's go. You want to do some weights? Let's go, get a bigger booty. Let's go do some squats with weights. And I felt that it really empowered us to not be alone doing it. And getting the results was the best part. Like, we weren't intentionally just like, we're going to be the baddest, fittest, baddest mujeres out there, but we're just like, I feel good. I like when now when I wear my shorts, it doesn't look just like pancakes. There's a little bit of like, se inflaron las tortillas un poquito allí, ¿verdad? So it was nice. It was nice to do that. And I feel like I'm ready for it now, because let's say you were to pair me up with somebody outside of being their coach and you gave me an accountability partner, I probably would be like, check on them once a week. Like, hey, what's up? Did it work out okay? Instead of like, hey, let's do this. Let's go on it now. Very, very different than like what, would be expected. So I feel like I'm ready for that. It's like saying, when I was telling the kids, do you guys want to do dance? You guys want to do all this shit? Well, I can't do it. I can't commit to it. Like, I cannot commit to something and then fail you. So for now I'm like, okay, getting around to the, ya me estoy peinando, ya me estoy haciendo ciertas cosas diferentes. I feel that now I can join in and be like, I can be an accountability partner. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's show up for one another. And so that was the last time, and I think I'm coming around to being ready for it now.
I love that. I know we said we'd each share one story, but then I have one final question, I promise, and it's short and sweet. But the last time that you succeeded with an accountability partner, how did you feel? Like the last time, you were talking a little bit about how you felt with Evelyn. The last time you were in a group, Ceci, I want to really inspire people that are listening. It's hard to get started, but at the end of it, when it worked out and when it all said and done, like, how did you feel? Was it easy once you got going? Did you go longer than you expected? Like, what worked? Vero talked about being in a groove and feeling good. What was the outcome? What was the outcome of even doing this? Like, we tell people, go get an accountability partner. Like, why? What happens at the end? How'd you feel?
You win. No.
Your confidence, right? Like, your confidence is just like, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Like, no matter how confident you are, like, once you're like, I did that shit? Hell yes. I painted that fucking wall. Yes. I threw away that thing I had for 3 years. Yes. Like, you recognize that things that are important are going to be important, and they're going to be special within, right? It doesn't have to be something you hold and you touch all the time. But I feel that confidence, it's like that love that just kind of wakes up again within you, is like, nadie te lo quita, nadie te lo puede quitar. That's how I felt. Like, fucking fabulous,
I love it. What else, Ceci? I know you want to say something.
No, I was going to say, like, just the feeling, like, when you on your to-do list, when you cross it off, like, I love that feeling. I love crossing it out. Like, that's why, besides my Google Calendar, I also have my agenda, all like my work agenda, and then my personal and everything that I do agenda. And like, just when I cross it out, it just feels so good. So last time we had accountability partners, I think it was Irene and I, this was like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, when we were like even working out at our friend retreat. Like, we were in Palm Springs there working out. Irene allí, yo estaba doing laps or whatever, and that just felt good. I remember we would text each other and just do done and like a check mark. Like, that was what we were doing, and it just felt good. Like, okay, we're done. We've got it out of the way, and I think we were doing it for like a month, or no me acuerdo cuánto, pero it was a good feeling. That's why I said, like, feels like you're winning.
I love that. I really wanted to share that because that's the part, like the beautiful part, the end result of like, it's worth it. It's so hard to get started, to be consistent, to tell someone like, oh, here we are, or I don't feel like it today, or I didn't do it this week. But the end is so good. The confidence, thank you, Vero, like confidence 1,000%. Ceci, just feeling like you're winning, feeling like you're on top of things. I love that. I also think you realize that when you get out of your way, it wasn't that hard. When I've been on it, it's like you realize, oh my God, like, why don't I just stay on it? It's so easy, right? Like, why don't I just stay doing something that actually isn't that hard? Sometimes we I think, talk ourselves out of doing things or getting around to it, or life gets overwhelming. But once you get into a pattern, into a routine, you start to realize like it isn't as scary as it seems. Just start. And just every day with an accountability partner, I think what helps is like they're counting on you to show up, and you're counting on yourself to show up for them, because sometimes you'll show up more for other people than you will for yourself. My friend that I'm doing this with, she's so funny. We were having lunch the other day, and I'm like, girl, I feel invincible now. I'm working out in front of my man. I didn't used to like working out in front of my man, and it's only been 2 weeks. And she's like, girl, I had a crop top on like 2 days in. And my sister was like, te sientes bien flaca. You have an accountability group. You work out 2 days and you're wearing a crop top. And so we've been clowning each other about how we're on top of the world. And it's been 8 workouts. We are so funny. But just having that. Yeah, now we're feeling all consistent. Now we're feeling all badass. Why weren't we consistent 3-4 weeks ago, right? And we've had our consistency phases. But it feels so good to do it in community. to have camaraderie, to have a friend that gets you, to laugh about like, it took us forever. We finally got on it, right? So mix it up. That's going to be the tip of the day. If you're in a funk and you can't get things going, mix it up. So forming an accountability group or partner is a great way to mix it up. Joining something like the Guilt-Free Squad, it's $30 a month and you get one motivational, inspiring workshop a month. You get a nonstop 24/7 chat on WhatsApp. I love our chat. Tomorrow we have our actual monthly session. We're talking about the book Cultura en Cash, a fantastic book that everyone's reading right now and enjoying. The stuff that we're doing is so good for the soul. You end up feeling confident. You end up feeling like you're winning. And you end up feeling like this wasn't as hard as I thought it was. Like, it's all good. So mix it up in your life. It doesn't have to be with us. It doesn't have to be the Guilt-Free Squad, but anything, any club online, a group on old school Facebook, a mentor at work that's doing it, like reach out, ask for help, ask to check in with those people, ask to pick their brain, mix it up. If you are alone and unable to move a goal forward or something in your life you're trying to get going, try to have an accountability system for you that is outside of you. This is to do something outside of you. Checking in with another person, sharing your goals, sharing your frustrations with another person, checking in with another group, checking in with people that are going through something similar to you. So shout out to the Guilt-Free Squad. Shout out to the women listening. Shout out to each of them for being wonderful accountability partners to each other. Tomorrow, we're actually sharing a directory that one of the girls has wanted us to share for a while that has like people's contact information, their side hustle information, their careers, just to take it a step further to who can I talk to? Who can I pick their brain and have them hold me accountable to this particular thing and the other person to this particular thing. So it just keeps growing and getting better. So learn more about the Guilt-Free Squad at leveluplatina.com or DM us your questions. Our handle on Instagram and Facebook is at leveluplatina. And before we go, I just want to send another reminder to kickstart doing something different and mixing it up, which is the tip of the day. Come to our Breakthrough Brunch October 12th. Meet these amazing accountability partners that are also beautiful buddies. Our beautiful accountability buddies are also these beautiful women inside and out. So you can meet them October 12th at our Breakthrough Brunch, 11 a.m. SoCal. We still have some tickets available, but they are in demand and it is an intimate affair. So we do cap out. So don't get caught sleeping. Mix it up. Come to the event. More information at leveluplatina.com. And if you have questions, email us admin@leveluplatina.com. Thank you. And that is a wrap.
Thank you.
Bow.